Today on my channel, Planner Friends, we are going to talk about five things that are, people have opinions on in the planner community. So stay tuned. Hi Planner Friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo, and today I'm just going to talk about, I always do 5 things, right? So I'm going to talk today about 5 things in planning, my opinions, and go from there. If you're new, you're welcome to subscribe and tap the notification bell and all that good stuff. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to be with me in my little corner of the internet. This is a really fun place for me. I love this channel. I love my peeps. I love what I'm doing. I love the creativity. So I wanted to talk today and come out from behind, and yes, you can see when I talk about my little cat always with me as I'm filming, she's usually in there. So today I want to talk about 5 things, my opinions of things, all things planner. So let's start with number 1. And if you're following me, you might know this already. Maybe you don't, but yes. So number 1 is, what's my preference in terms of planner layouts? There's so many. There's horizontal, there's vertical by blocks. You might see that in the Happy Planner or some of the Erin Condrens, right? You have 3 blocks. There's compact vertical, which I know Erin Condren has a new A5 layout, or new within the last 6 months, right? There's daily, there's timed, there's all kinds of layouts. Okay, true confession here. My favorite, ironically, is the layout that I started out with, and that is the horizontal. I like a horizontal layout because it gives me room to write. I have used vertical planners previously. I'm going to show you a smaller version in my little, isn't this adorable? My little pocket planner, and that's all on 1 week on 1 page, if you will. And this one obviously is a week on 2 pages. I like the horizontal layout because it gives me room to write. I can sticker it accordingly. Truthfully, vertical is by far the most popular layout, and I have used them, as I've said, but I find that I like the greater room. I find it just easier. There's one place where I'm doing, well, in some ways 2, vertical, is in this little journal that I've created out of this Printpression planner. Oddly enough, it works okay in here, so I'm not quite sure why, but I'm using this for jotting down thoughts, notes, quotes. I do quotes in here. I pick an author every month, and when I don't know what to say or I don't have my own words, I pick out a quote that inspires me. So yes, number 1, horizontal. My prayerful planner is daily, so that's a different layout too, and in some ways that is more vertical, as you can see here, but it's a daily and I'm using it for faith planning, so that's a little bit different. So yes, number 1 is definitely horizontal layouts. Number 2, decorative planning versus functional planning. I'm right in the middle on this. There are plenty of wonderful YouTubers, Instagram people I follow on social media who believe in what they call no white space planning. So their entire, which is usually vertical, but sometimes daily, depends, their entire layouts are all stickers, and they write in those stickers and they leave places, but it's extremely decorative. And then there's people who, in many ways, that's what this has become, less decoration. This is just functional, this is work. Me, I'm in between. So I like having space in between layout, in between what I'm doing. To me, it matters. I like seeing some white space, like here's 1 week in my personal So there's embellishment, not necessarily a lot of embellishment, but enough to make me pretty happy. And then certainly in my main faith planner, which is an A5, I really decorate. I go pretty wild in this thing in terms of stamping and inking and washi and stickers and all the things, right? I can't tell you how much I love zhuzhing this up, but there's plenty of white space for me to write. So I am right in the middle on the decorative versus functional kind of debate. As you can see, my work planner thus far is definitely much more functional, but it's working, no pun intended. My work planner's working. And so, yeah. So that's number 2 is this decorative, all the stickers or all the decorations versus just functional. I'm in between. Number 3 is expensive planners, planner systems versus less expensive, right? I have been team less expensive, truthfully. The binder, this binder I picked up, I think it's even less now, but it was $7 or $10, and I think now it's like $7 or something on the Carpe Diem website. I picked up a number of things discounted. This was discounted, sometimes even used off of Mercari. This is a more expensive planner for me. This is a Filofax. It was an impulse purchase. I'd been looking at pocket planners, and I wasn't sure I wasn't sure, but I knew I wanted to try something smaller and easier for work. And so Mom Ye Plans, she's on YouTube and Instagram, Mom YE, I'll drop her below, I'll drop her link, advertised a sale at Amazon for this little Finsbury, Filofax Finsbury leather pocket planner, and it was really inexpensive. I did not use the inserts that came with it. They were for 2022, and I could have redated them, but they don't have lines. And I don't know about you, but I'll go, my writing will veer off. So this is more expensive. It is leather, but even at that, I think I paid, it was under $60, something like that. And normally these are like $90, so this was a good buy. I do keep an eye on some of the more expensive planners. I mean, let's be honest with you, you can go up into the hundreds of dollars. The VDS, Vanderspec, the Giglio, you could really spend hundreds of dollars, and there's some beautiful planners out there. I do like the Filofax Croc planners. They're like, you know, over 150, 160 some dollars. So what I do is right now I'm using a lot of Carpe Diem, which are much more budget friendly, and even with that I use sales, or sometimes I buy them used on Mercari. That's my favorite spot. So I can see a few in my bookshelf over there that I picked up really inexpensively on Mercari. I have a few Webster's Pages, for example, and I don't know what they're doing. They haven't come out with any new products in quite some time, so they're still in business, but their Instagram's kind of dead. I don't know what's going on there. But in terms of the expensive versus inexpensive planners, I use the inexpensive planners mostly, but excuse me, I wouldn't mind like a medium, middle of the road. I'm not comfortable spending a lot on a planner. That's me. I admire them from afar. I just feel like I'm too clumsy, and not that I would lose it. It's just I would be so worried about, I'm gonna drop it, I'm gonna damage it. I will say this one too, this Faith Planner, this is huge. Isn't this huge? This was expensive, around 40 something, $50. I don't know. This was expensive, but I am using it as a faith planner. First off, it's too big to carry around. I couldn't lug this thing everywhere. But I don't know, this one seemed different because it was faith oriented. But even that, at 50 or 40 some dollars, whatever it was, it's still a lot less expensive. It still comes in on the lower end. So number one, horizontal versus vertical. Horizontal. Decorative versus functional. In between. Budget versus expensive. Luxury planners. I'm more towards the budget to the middle. I'm not gonna, as far as I can tell, I can't see myself going into the super expensive planners. Number 4 is planner system. So what do I mean by that? Some people love disc planners, like Happy Planner, Inkwell Planner, Jane's Agenda, I think, does a disc system as well. You can even get like a Plum paper planner where it's either cut for a disc and you add your own discs, that they're pretty customizable. Then there's the spiral planners, then there's the ring planners, then there's the bound planners. Where do I fall in all of that? I like spiral planners. Okay, this happens to be the only one I'm using right now, but I'm not taking it anywhere. I do like a spiral planner. Last year I used an Erin Condren A5 spiral, and I like the flexibility in that because you can fold it under. I have used and keep thinking to myself, oh, I can use another disc system. Then I get it, and then I get annoyed. So I stay away from the discs. I love Happy Planners products. They're beautiful, they're well constructed, but I don't know, me and discs, we butt heads, if you will. I do tend anymore to go towards ring binders. That would be my number 1. Why? Because of the variety of sizes. I mean, I go from here, okay, so I have 3 different sizes. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. I have pocket, I have personal, and then here I have my faith, which is an A5. So you can see they're quite different in size, right? I like these because of the ability, and you can do this with discs, you can take things out and pop them in, but there's more of a permanence to the rings. I just find I like decorating them. Honestly, I like the fact that they have the pockets here that you can decorate and zhuzh up if you want. Even in this little work planner, you can see the front. I have a little journaling card there. I have some color here. I have these things. I mean, this is just a wonderful freebie she sent me from Simply Create Doodles. It's cute, isn't it? It matches this. Isn't that funny? It matches this vinyl dashboard, if you will. So I like customizing it. I like the fact that I can add the paper clips that are even, I mean, something as simple as this little clip, but it adds a little bit of decoration to it. So truthfully, I like ring planners the best. Short answer. But yes, spirals are good. And I do have, this is a bound book. This is a Plum Paper Weeks, and it's a bound book, but I'm using it for journaling. What I turn into a creative area is I've added these monthly tabs. It didn't have it. And honestly, if I was using this for regular planning, I don't know if that I would like the monthly section is separate from the weekly. No. In this, it's different because I'm journaling, and then what I've been doing in here in the monthly is I just plan my YouTube channel. This is the amount of space I need. This isn't brain surgery. I can do this. So yeah, number 4, what do I like the best and the least? I like discs, but they don't like me. How's that? So I mostly am all about the ring planner. And finally, number 5, when it comes to what matters to me in terms of my planning style, how do I want to phrase this? in terms of the sizes that I'm using. That's evolved over time. I used to use 7x9 planners. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay. I want to show you, I saved my old planners. So this is one that I used. It's a plum paper. It's beautiful, isn't it? The color, the pattern here is gorgeous. This is a 7x9, and I used this, was my, let's see here, 2020 planner, okay? And it was a, what they call a colorful layout. You can see the different color tabs, and what I did is every month I would decorate the divider in different ways. I mean, I really had fun with this. Yeah, it was great. I really loved this planner. Here's September, but it's big, it's heavy. I added a lot of note pages to it. I had all kinds of stuff in here. It was great. I love the paper, but carrying this around is a lot. This is another planner I had previously. Now this is 2019, right? And it's beautiful, and I would decorate it. And this is actually a combination. I kind of what they called Frankenplanned. Okay, so I had some hourly. I added project goals in here. I would decorate it, right? And this again is, it's not as heavy as this beast, but it is heavy. So I went from this into the A5 size. I don't have that handy with me, but I went down to an A5 for work. Then over this past year, a lot of things changed, and I realized something, that I didn't need all of this. I didn't need to carry all this stuff. I mean, this is a lot, you know, and I utilized it. I did these things. I added pages. I made new goals. I had separate sections for different things. I mean, I really, you can see here, I used this thing. But now I feel I'm using more than one planner. So maybe that is the answer in some ways. My favorite, hands down, is the personal size. Long answer to a short question, right? What size do I prefer? But I find different sizes, I'm using different things. So my biggest planners right now, certainly this behemoth, and then this is my A5. These are my faith planners, right? So I feel it's good that my faith planners occupy the most space. That gives me a sense of, and truthfully, this is kind of my daily Bible, all the things. This is my work planner, as I've said, and then I have this one for journaling. So maybe the truth is, if I wasn't using multiple planners, I would still be using a 7x9, but I'm not. And I like it better that way. I like its compartmentalizing. I love the fact that I have now 2 spaces for Bible study and Bible journaling. So as far as size planner, for me, it depends on the purpose. I love my job. This job is probably, truthfully, if not the favorite, in the top 2 of what I'm doing professionally, and yet this is plenty. This is what I need for work. I need a much bigger focus on faith than I do work. And maybe that's a psychological shift I've made. When I used these larger planners, I wasn't Bible journaling, I wasn't faith planning, not in any, concrete, discernible way. So there you have it. I'm team horizontal. I'm a combination of decorative and functional planning. I try to straddle the line there. I prefer rings most of all. That's just me. And yeah, the rest we went through. I'm team budget more than I'm team money, spending lots of money, and I am definitely team now smaller planners. Next year, we just got into this year. I can't think of next year. I did pick up this second one in September because I needed some extra. So when I finish this, will I do this again? I'm not sure. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna cruise along as I am, and I'm very happy. But let me say one more thing. You do you. If this is all you need and this is perfect for you, be my guest. Like, you have to make it yours. This is yours. Like, you can see in here, when I was doing different franking planning and stuff here, I have different meal plans. I mean, I really did use these the best way I possibly could. And yeah, I don't know. Here's another one. I mean, I just really functional but yet decorative. These are great. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm 20 minutes in, right? Find what works for you, but know something. There's a lot of talk in the community about planner peace. You change over time, and you should evolve. Like, evolution and changing isn't a bad thing. So next year, if I pick up something like if I find a Filofax Croc personal planner really inexpensively, or at least a bargain, man, I'm gonna snatch that up. I'm telling you right now. And I love my budget Carpe Diem, but get me one of those and I'll be thrilled. So you just never know. Change, evolve, have fun with it. Ultimately, that's it. Have fun with it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of my channel and my community. And yeah, that's it, planner friends. Have a great day. Bye, planner friends.